this question, what is the good, or um,
Or if there is a good.
yeah, or if there is a good. One thing that has been really surprising to me, and this snuck up on me, and I feel a bit embarrassed to say this because as someone who not only teaches ethics and questions about the good at university, but I teach young people and I talk to them a lot, so I'm a bit surprised that I didn't see the strength of the emergence of this view in society. But it's very clear now that the prevailing ethos of our Canadian society, and quite possibly, to other degrees in other parts of the world, but in Canada, is a kind of collectivism,
Hmm.
right? And the idea there is that what is what's good for the group. And so my good, my personal good, is understood in relation to that, right? So then each person just becomes a cog in this bigger machine that is barreling forward, that is being fueled, its identity is derived from ensuring that the good is for the group, not for the individual. And that is, I think we should talk about whether or not that's a good ethical view,
Yeah.
but conceptually, to begin with, it's a weird view because I think it's easy for people to understand how something could be good or bad for a person. If you talk about physical pain and pleasure, for example, it's easy to understand how, well, if I have a headache, that causes me physical pain and I'm the one who feels physical pain. If I take some Tylenol and it relieves that physical pain, I'm the one who experiences the relief, right? So it's easy to understand how good and bad can affect a particular person. But when you start thinking about a group, how do you partake of good or the good as the member of a group, especially if something is deemed good for the group, but it just isn't good for you. You've had to sacrifice something in order to attain that good for the group, right?
Hmm.
So it's conceptually a very odd view to me. But then I think, okay, so what would it mean to say this? Like, what would it mean to say that the common good is the ultimate good, that there is nothing better in the world than for the group to which you belong to have something good? And what does that goodness mean? Are we talking about happiness and pleasure? And so the group is a happier group than another group? Are we talking about something, more Aristotelian like flourishing? And then what would it mean for the group to flourish? So again, I think it's easier for people to understand what it means for themselves to be happy and themselves to flourish. But what it means for those concepts to be applied to a group is really weird, right?
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
and if we think a bit about this idea of the common good, as I said before, it's sort of regarding all individuals as being part of a larger community, and then our whole identity is caught up with the degree to which we serve that community, right? And
Hmm.
also, because it's the group that's ultimately important and not the individual, our own individual identities, to the degree that those even exist, have been formed by the group.
Please subscribe and hit the bell to stay up to date. If you liked or disliked the snippet, give it a like and share your 2 cents with us in the comment section. And remember, 6 cents makes change.